All right. I think Cuz is joining us. Let's see if he actually pops on. Look at this
Hello.
guy.
Hey.
Wait,
Hey,
I can't hear you.
I
What?
can hear you.
I can't hear you, Cuz.
You sure? I can hear you guys.
No, well, we can't hear you.
I don't know if you're messing with me or what.
I'm
Hold on.
totally messing with you.
Sorry.
I want to see how long it go where like I'm actually answering your questions before you realize that.
God. Hold on.
I'm such a cad. It's that time again. Time for the all-new Culture Cast, which begins right now. Welcome back, everyone, to the all-new Culture Cast, and I'm Nick. I got cousin Charles tonight.
Hello.
We got Mike and Corinne,
Howdy.
and we're talking about the newest sensation hitting the internet, YouTube.
Very new.
It's going to make it. I don't think it's going to last much longer.
Have you
So I
heard
share-
of this, YouTube?
You know, it's funny you say that, Corinne. When YouTube was in its infancy, I was talking to a buddy of mine. I'm like, hey, there's this website called YouTube. It's very funny how that's become so commonplace that at one point in time, you actually had to tell someone about it. How far we've come. And it's become
Yeah, I
such a
used to have
wonderful
to go
tool
to-
for society.
I used to have to go to collegehumor.com for funny videos.
I remember that, yeah.
They were not that funny, but they were. It was just a place to go for videos, and that was pre-YouTube, if you will.
But specifically tonight, we're going to be talking about some of our favorite YouTube creators because it's become a hive of people wanting to make it, and many don't because they're awful. But many, have you seen people who've tried to be like I'm going to be the next big thing, and they're like just the worst, like kind of like our show here. Like
Yeah.
we're never going to make it, but
But the difference is we're not trying to make it. So
we're
okay.
self-aware of our awfulness.
I feel like being a YouTuber now is like what kids all say they're going to be when they grow up without having any real ambition. Like when I was a kid, everybody said they were going to be an astronaut. That was the 80s. Like everyone was like astronauts, obviously, because there's a million astronauts out, and like now everyone says I'm going to be a YouTuber, as
No,
if that provides health insurance and a salary and all that.
I was going to say it's the equivalent of like when you're. Or another example would be like, I'm going to move to New York and go to Juilliard. I'm going to make it big in Hollywood. Like it's the exact same thing. But here you actually have better odds of actually making it big because like. I don't know, you just got to have a gimmick. And if you do it really, really well, you may get moderately successful and recognized at your local Denny's.
Yeah, I mean, because anyone has access. It's so easy. I mean, if you have a phone, you could do it. If you don't, you could just turn on the camera on your computer and start doing whatever it is.
Mhm.
But anyway, we're getting off topic here as we tend to, but what I think we're gonna do is kind of go around from person to person, and we could just rattle off like some of the ones that we like, and we'll just kind of like circle it, I guess. And maybe some of these each we might know, others if we don't, maybe talk a little about what it is and why you like them and all that, and we can go from there. Cuz I think we'll start with you because you came into this recording with like a booklet full of like notes. So
We'll call it Cuz's List.
Cuz's list. So why don't you start us off here? Who do you when you load up the YouTube? Who do you look up?
Well,
the old YouTube.
You gas up the YouTube.
Well, and I will say this, like I pretty much use YouTube almost equivalent to like any other streaming service because it's like I have like probably hundreds of videos I probably have saved over the last couple of months. I've been trying to like sort of categorize them like sort of like in like custom big playlists of like, okay, here's all the cooking videos, here's all the movie reviews, here's all the paranormal science, and then there's a bunch of and then random stuff. So so you can kind of see I kind of got a wide ranging list. Let's see. I'd probably say if we're going with like, if I see that they've uploaded, I'm probably going to guarantee watch them. Like, there's a lot of the stuff I'm subscribed to where I'm like, oh, I'll get around to that later. But so I tried picking the stuff where I'm like, oh, if I see they uploaded, I'm definitely going to watch this. I'm going to start with the film category. And I'm probably going to go with probably the biggest inspiration for being a part of this illustrious program. I'm going with the boys over at Red Letter Media.
Okay.
Oh,
to
nice.
begin with.
Yeah.
Just get them out of the way right away.
Yeah, just look. I think there's a lot of people. I think because they've been around so long, I think there's a whole generation of like people that have been influenced by their sort of that very dry comedy style, but also their kind of like the way that whole group sort of looks at movies and stuff like that. Which I'm not ashamed to say I've probably stolen a little bit. But I try to as I'm sort of crafting my own voice and stuff.
Yeah, I've had Corinne watch a couple of them, especially anytime they talk about Neil Breen, we have to watch. And
Yeah.
That's an immediate watch for us.
Yeah, because and I guess should I treat it as if like nobody knows who these people are, or I mean everybody here knows who Red Letter Media is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of guys out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
That's right, Susan.
Yeah. There's so many dumb like recurring bits in there. I will say that the fans in the comment section of any Red Letter Media video is just quality shit posting across the board. That's how I rank a lot of these is about the level of shit posting. But they started off big with the like 3 hour
the Phantom Menace review.
The Phantom Menace review and their the Mr. Plinkett reviews, I guess, in
Oh,
general.
yeah.
But now I usually like anytime they upload like their half in the bags or their reviews or the of course my personal favorite is the best of the worst, because those I'll just put those because they're like that perfect level of long form where they're just long enough. I can just put them on the background while I'm like doing stuff and just kind of chuckle to myself as I'm sort of like doing the dishes or whatnot. I'm like, just to listen to their commentary is probably is worth the price of admission.
Yeah, I do like the best of the worst. I've been listening to those a lot lately because I never really got into it until just recently with that particular program.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to, like you're saying, just I put it on at work to have it in the background, and yeah, some are more entertaining depending on whoever they have on the panel.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Sorry.
Well, the other thing I was gonna add, they've made it big. They got big time stars showing up now, like Macaulay Culkin, Patton Oswalt was in one, and Max Landis at some point before he got canceled.
Yeah, before Max Landis was always a douche and a scumbag. Like, how do people not realize that? Like, why was that not more known?
I don't know. I guess Dad's clout can only go so far.
And Dad's a dick as well. Oh my God, he's like the worst. Like I recently watched on Netflix the movies that made us. They did a Coming to America episode, and they're interviewing the director, and he's like so full of himself. He's like, "Do I really need to introduce who I am? Do other people do that?" I'm like, yeah, just do it. Don't be self-involved. It's like, oh.
Yikes.
Then again, the dad also caused children to die. So whatever.
Yikes. That is true.
What are we talking about? I'm sorry. Can we back up a bit? I'm not familiar with any of this. I know who John Landis is.
John Landis in the early 80s was part of a team who was directing the Twilight Zone movie. And it was like 4 or 5 different directors, each filming a specific segment. And in his version, he had a segment he was doing. It took place like in Vietnam or something, and he abused the child labor laws and didn't do proper safety checks that caused a huge accident of a helicopter crashing and beheaded not only his leading actor but 2 children.
Oh, God.
And like one, you could say, "Oh, it's a terrible tragedy accident," but then it was revealed that like he didn't follow proper safety precautions, and in terms of, and also like child labor. It's like he just completely disregarded it, and yeah, like when that happened, he still directed some movies after that because like the trial took like a million years to get done, but yeah, he was person non grata for a while there. And the only reason he directed Coming to America, which took place in the late 80s, is because Eddie Murphy requested him because he wanted to help his old friend out because he was going through a rough patch. And, you know, Landis Scott pretty much gave Eddie Murphy his start with Trading Places several years earlier. So
and his son was famous?
his son is Max Landis, and he's done. I think it was the writer on Chronicle, which was a found footage superhero type movie, and he made a couple of other lower end B movie type of, well, not B movie, but like he did that Victor Frankenstein and American Ultra, and kind of like not high end A list, but stuff that's just kind of like, oh yeah, that
right in the middle.
Yeah, but then it was revealed with the Me Too thing that he's like harasser of women, and was there sexual assault charges on him? I can't remember because
I do not know offhand, but that sounds about right. And to borrow from Red Letter Media, he is qualified as a sex pest.
Sex pest. I like that. Okay,
their joke, not mine.
Go back to whatever you were talking about, or go back to the Red Letter Media. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wasn't familiar with any of that.
No, we get, but I think I was just talking about like people who've popped up on best, like big time celebrities that showed up, like Macaulay Culkin and Patton Oswalt have shown up in an episode or two.
So are they like critics? Because I've seen the Breen ones.
They're, I mean, basically that's what they are now, in the same way the nostalgia critic is a critic, in so much that they have an internet following. But they are like low-key filmmakers who kind of make movies for themselves.
Right.
Because they realize that they're not going to make it in Hollywood at this point. But they found their niche.
Right, and I think they've made. I've never seen any of the movies that they've made. They've referenced them a couple times, usually just these are pretty terrible. But there's a couple that. But I would be interested eventually in like if there's a way to watch them because I looked on their website. It's like I don't know because again they're a small time production company. They charge a lot to actually like rent their movies, I think, or at least buy the DVD. Last I looked, but
I don't know if you could rent it, but I think you have to buy it. Like I thought like it would be fun doing Space Cop at some point in time, but I'm not buying that.
No, I'm kind of in the same boat where it's like, I would need it. It would have to be like a movie night thing where like I have people over, like my one buddy Ryan is also a big Red Letter Media fan, so it's like okay, I could. For something like that, I could justify, like, okay, to actually buy. But for the most part, I don't see that in the near future.
Right. I can't stand Rich Evans.
Didn't someone mistook me? Said, "Is your cousin Rich Evans?"
That was Rick. Rick thought this was before we did the video stuff, and he thought you sounded like Rich Evans. Rich Evans is the type of guy who I feel is so full of himself that anyone else's opinion, he's like, "You're an idiot. I don't care. I am better than you."
Yeah.
Like, I just want to like smack him across the face.
In the parasocial relationship that I have with my internet friends, it's kind of like, maybe I don't need to meet you in person. Maybe not. I don't know.
Like maybe this is his persona on the show, but man, oh man, he's so smug. And I'm like, dude, the only reason people know who you are is because your buddy made a video.
Mm-hmm. No, he popped up on Ellen too.
Well, that was after the fact. That was coincidental.
I'm sure probably somebody, someone in that production staff was probably like a fan, like would probably think that, again, going back to my earlier comment of quality shit posting, probably thought, wouldn't this be funny?
I do appreciate how Red Letter Media has complete contempt for their fans.
Yeah.
And like openly.
Yeah. It's good to have contempt for your audience.
But yeah, I miss on Best of the Worst Jessie. I wish they'd bring her back because she gave a unique viewpoint on the movies that now it's just a sausage fest.
I've tried looking it up a couple times. I don't know whatever happened to her. Like I don't know if she was dating one of the guys or what, but
I think the things I've heard is I think she just got tired of the creeps. Like the creeps on the internet, not the Red Letter Media people.
Mm-hmm.
That like you see like Red Letter Media, the majority of their audience is male, who are probably nerdy. Just be honest with ourselves.
What?
Yeah.
But
Sweaty neck beards.
Yeah, and then now you have this like a kind of cute girl who's popping up, and then you're going to get either the incels or the people like, oh, she's so yeah. And it's like she probably is like, ugh.
Mm.
But maybe there's more to it. I don't know. That's just the little I've picked up. But
okay, yeah, because I could never find a good like solid answer.
Yeah. But supposedly she was dating Mike, and everything I've read, I mean, who knows? The internet's weird that they're still together. She's just not doing the videos anymore.
Okay.
So.
Well, there we go. But yeah, that's all I gotta say with in regards to Red Letter Media.
Do you guys have any comments on Red Letter Media?
No.
I really haven't watched many. I've just watched a couple times. I like to search for people talking about Neil Breen, and they're one of the few people that discusses Neil Breen.
And I like their Star Trek discussions too. Like when they're talking about their favorite Next Generation episodes. I like
Don't get me started on that. One of my issues with Rich Evans is he has, for someone who's like a supposed big Star Trek fan, he has some piss poor takes on it, but just leave it at that.
Actually, that was I actually did have something else Star Trek related on my list. If I want, mainly because there wasn't too much to say, because technically it's not out yet. I was going to mention one thing I had in my honorable mentions was the fan film that seemingly will never come, Axanar.
Oh my god. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name? Peters? Something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
The guy who ruined fan films for everyone?
Pretty much, with the lawsuit to end all lawsuits. But they still keep posting that page like it's still coming. We're still working on it.
Okay.
Like they...
Yeah, and Trump's going to be magically reinstated as president.
Yeah.
It's going to happen this time. Storm's coming, people.
Hey, they got well, I mean, they must have some money. I know they released a the only thing I know of related to this actual fan film, they released like a prequel, or like a prequel thing, which is like kind of like a who the hell's the PBS guy that does like all the like why can't I remember the name?
Oh, that's NPR maybe.
No, I'm thinking of
Ken Burns.
Yeah, Ken Burns. Like Ken Burns style, like war documentary that was they actually feature a couple of like big Star Trek actors. So I'm like, they must have some sort of pull. They got the guy who was Sovol to reprise his role.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that was actually on one of my like, well, what do I like to watch? So it was on my radar. I thought I might bring it up to get your reaction.
That's a whole nother podcast, so I'm not going to get into that.
So Nick is eagerly awaiting the release of Axanar.
No, I am not. I don't like fan films to begin with, but again, no, I'm not. I'm gonna stop.
Okay.
I feel I'm going to go on a rant later on, so I'm just going to save it for that. But
Just keep that rage. Keep that rage on the back burner. Keep it on the back burner, man.
all right. So speaking of back burners, let's jump. Cause we'll come back to you here in a moment. Mike, what about you? What's the favorite YouTuber you have?
Oh, I got a couple. And we share a couple. I mean, there's a bunch we like watching.
Yeah, I'm just going to
together.
piggyback onto his because I actually don't watch too much YouTube. Whenever I do, it's with him.
Staying with the movie subject, I think definitely one of our favorites is Cinema Snob.
Ah, I love Cinema Snob.
So anytime we see a new video of his, we have to watch him. He does a character, although I still think some of it is him.
I love the character though. I think it's brilliant. It's very funny.
Like one of my favorite reviews is it the Oogie Waz or whatever, the
Oogie Loves.
Oogie Loves. Oh my god. Yeah. That's if you want to look up a nightmare, look up that movie.
If you want to see some relatively loved actors completely whoring themselves out for a paycheck. Ugh. It's like a terrible children's movie that
Yeah. It's like a more demonic Teletubbies or something.
Terrible. Just awful.
They definitely wanted a franchise out of this, and they only made one.
Yeah, I think heard about him because we used to watch Nostalgia Critic. We're kind of moved on. Another, what was the term he used? Sex pest, if you will. There was something about that going on with him. So we kind of moved on from that. But Nostalgia Critic was sort of a one-off from him that we got to know.
Wait, who was the sex pest? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Oh no, it wasn't that.
It wasn't that. There was some issues with sexism with
the company.
The channel.
Oh, the channel Awesome People?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't know if I missed who you mentioned. So you're talking about Doug Walker. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And I know Cinema Snob is still part of that, but we still like Cinema Snob. So.
Well, he's not channel Awesome, is he?
He's kind. Yeah, I think.
He is. I looked it up. He's still with them. He's between him, Walker, and his brother are the only ones who are still there.
Ugh.
I think I will say that whole like collective, whatever you want to call it, because I watched that a lot in like 7th and 8th grade and then into high school, and but I was like I kind of saw sort of like what we describe as like the golden age, where like they're firing all cylinders, and then you can kind of see just all the it was like watching a train disassemble itself while still on the tracks. Just like pieces just falling off and just kind of sort of becoming irrelevant, and then just sort of like coasting on the rails pretty much.
Yeah.
Does he still have, he used to have, what was it, Tamara and Malcolm?
Yeah,
are
they're
they
still
on there?
I think they are.
Yeah, there's
as far as I haven't watched him in a long time. When I heard all the stuff that went down, it really soured me on him.
Yeah, I pretty much fell off his videos after that, which is a shame because I used to like those old commercials he would do. Those were funny, but I can't abide by whatever else nonsense they had going on.
But we still really like Cinema Snob. I
love
can't.
him.
I can't stop watching him. He's great. I'm trying to think. He did some of our favorites, like a Miami Connection.
Oh, he does Neil Breen regularly.
Yes.
He's done like every Neil Breen.
In fact, I think that's where we found out about Neil Breen.
Probably.
I think it was him.
They did a fantastic. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to ask. So that is kind of like a chicken and the egg. Like, so who introduced the world to Neil Breen? Was it Red Letter Media or Cinema Snob?
Well, for us, it was
Cinema Snob for sure.
For us,
okay.
Because every time I've seen him on Red Letter Media, it would be like they'll have a thing where it's like a bunch of movies, and one of them mentioned in one video would be a Neil Breen one.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So it's in the best of the worst videos, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, like I feel like Cinema Snob really gives it its due time. You're gonna get a half-hour video on Fateful Findings or something awful like that, and it's just glorious. And I was just gonna say something else that we should at some point do. Oh, one that he does that's a nice Thanksgiving movie, if we ever get around to doing a Thanksgiving episode, is Fun in Balloon Land. And Cinema Snob does that, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And also the Riff Tracks guys, of course, did Fun in Balloon Land. It's this terrible I don't even know what I call it. Half of it is just watching a parade from like the 50s or 60s somewhere.
And the narrator's completely drunk.
And the narrator, I think, is drunk. Yeah, and then half of it is just this weird balloon children's play thing that's really cheap and awkward in like a garage somewhere.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It sounded like they had B-roll. So they had B-roll of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and like,
That's exactly what happened.
So much of it is just then they just suddenly it's like, and we're at a parade, and we're like, okay. But yeah, he does that one, and that's pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fucking Balloon Land episode.
Yeah, he's definitely one we always watch a lot. And another one we just started getting into is Kit Boga, to get away from the movie stuff. He's on Twitch. He usually has scammers. Like,
I love him.
Yeah, and he'll like completely mess with them.
He does like the old lady voice, and he's great.
Yeah, so what these scammers usually do is they'll call, especially like elderly people, and connect to their computer and like hack into it.
Oh God.
And he would disguise his voice as like an old lady or an old man, and he would just take him for a ride. And sometimes it would last. One video, I think he said it was 36 hours long, and he had to cut it down. And it's always spread over like a couple days. Like, we were just watching one of his latest ones right now where, holy crap, was it a journey? He not only was he talking to the scammer, but he was acting like the old lady, but he was also acting like another guy who was a scammer. And he said his name was Tony Biden, the son of Joe Biden.
Oh, that was great. Married to J-Lo.
Yes. And at one point, Joe Biden does call in to say hi to her. And while the scammer is yelling, "This is a scammer, you need to hang up on him." So
it's pretty amazing what he gets them to do.
Yeah.
Out of just for the hopes of getting like a Google Play card or something. Like, these people will go through the most humiliating
Yeah,
shit.
it just brings me so much joy because these people are
they're
assholes.
such garbage people. I know. It's like, oh, thank God. Just
But yeah,
play them alive.
and the most favorite thing is, since they're connected to his computer, they usually make him go out to buy Google cards, because that's how the scam is. They act like they put too much money in your bank account, and the only way they can get that money back is if you go to Target and buy like gift cards. And then he would act like he bought the gift cards. He made up this website that looks like an Apple store or a Google store. And then he would type the redeem code, and these scammers would flip out because they see him doing it and they're trying to cancel it. So they would scream at him because, of course, they think he's putting the money into his own account.
Yeah, he has some software where they can share his screen or something.
Yeah, like a TeamViewer. A lot of them use that, yeah.
And one of them, he has like a fake setup, so it looks like Windows 95.
Yeah. A couple of them
get online.
Why
can't I be online?
A couple of them caught on to it right away and didn't mess with it, but there was one that actually did try to look for certain programs and stuff, and he couldn't find it. And he was like, how old is this computer?
You know, I often wondered how long these calls go. Like, you said one was like 36 hours?
Yeah.
Like, was he up for that entire time, or?
Pretty much.
They call back and forth.
Yeah,
so they
yeah.
don't call him the next day.
Yeah, sometimes it's spread out through the day, but he's also like, even though he posts on YouTube, he's mostly a Twitch streamer, and you know how Twitch streamers are. They're usually on for like 7 to 8 hours a day, so that's what he does.
Okay.
Talking to him the entire time, and then they edit and cut it up for YouTube.
I do like how on his, because I've often wondered on the videos, because like you'll see like time jumps, so I wasn't sure what was going on.
Yeah.
I do like though how he's very clear, saying like, listen, I know what I'm doing with this stuff. Do not try this.
Yes. And and the other thing I like is he's educating. He's trying to not only is he having fun with these people, but he's actually trying to break down how these scammers work, so you could hopefully know for yourself or warn like a loved one that might be like that could fall for this.
There was one episode I remember seeing a few years ago where he actually got one of the scammers to break down and be like, yeah, I know this is a scam. I hate that I have to do this. And like had like a heart-to-heart conversation with the guy. And like, listen, I don't know how long it take. They're always monitoring us and everything. And he's like, listen, if you want to talk, about whatever, like later on we could continue talking about this. And the guy never called him back, but it was kind of like, sometimes you just need a job and this is all you can do. And people hate doing this, but
Puts food on the table.
yeah, it was very interesting. He said he never got a follow up with the guy.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
But yeah, I highly recommend him. His videos are great. There's some really funny ones.
I do like when there was one when we went to the store, and we went to the store, quote unquote, and the guy in there was like, "Don't tell him why you're buying the card." Like, why? I'm buying a card for this guy. Yeah, those are great.
Mm-hmm. And I don't. Who else?
We used to like watching. I used to like to watch reviews of old video games I would play, like back when I was a kid, and that brought us to some people that we list, like JonTron. Have you ever
Oh god.
JonTron?
Yeah.
I know him. I haven't seen.
And we understand he's problematic.
I know there's some.
Oh, is he?
Area.
Well,
Vaguely.
yeah.
You stay on the internet too long, eventually you become problematic.
Oh yeah.
I mean, really, like vaguely, like not really.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's more opinions and stuff.
Sometimes he says stuff and people consider it a bit right wing or something. But I mean, even so, it seems like they're pushing. I don't know. Like I don't know that you can actually find any legitimate like awful thing unless I'm wrong. Unless I didn't notice it.
I don't know. I try not to look.
Yeah, I don't know. I might
With these people, I try not to look.
Do you speaking about video game stuff? Have you guys ever watched Angry Video Game Nerd?
Oh yeah.
That's OG.
Yeah.
Here was one of his we used to really like, especially. What was one video that I really enjoyed?
It was this terrible Sega CD game. Oh god. Plumbers don't wear ties. Yeah, plumbers don't wear ties. And it's just like this really horrible Sega CD game where it's supposed to be live motion, but a lot of it's just photos. Like it's still photos and really horrible acting. It's almost like mock softcore or something. It's weird.
Did you have a Sega CD?
Yeah, I did. I didn't have this game though. But yeah, no, Angry Video Game Nerd. I think he was the first ever for me, I think.
He plays something that I thought that I loved, like maybe a Mario or something. I don't remember, but that doesn't make sense.
No. I was gonna say.
No, go ahead, cuz.
Well, I was gonna say the episode. Like I said, I haven't watched Angry Video Game Nerd in a while, but I still remember when I did. Probably one of the best bits was his recurring fights with Bugs Bunny.
I love those. I thought those were pretty funny.
And kind of connected back to the channel, to our brief thing with Channel Awesome. I think when they did Angry Video Game Nerd versus Nostalgia Critic, like it was like an 8-minute thing fight that we could have made in our basement, but I remember watching that like again, probably late 8th grade, early high school. And I was like, blew my mind or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like, this is the greatest thing ever.
I do like the Angry Video Game Nerd, whose real name escapes me at the moment, but James Rolfe.
James Rolfe.
Yeah.
Although when he goes on his like opinions, like his features where he's talking about like various opinions and things, like I think he's younger than me by a little bit, but man, he's becoming a boomer.
Oh.
Like he'll say like nothing political or anything like that.
Yeah.
But, like he'll be like, I don't like Blu-ray because Blu-ray is he would go off on Blu-ray discs and how they're the worst thing ever. And like he's like, I mean, I only if you had one Blu-ray player and it was like a PlayStation 3. So it's like you don't really have a Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
And it's like it doesn't really work. Like how can you not go to menus? And how can you get because you're clearly not using it right. Like
yeah.
It's like it's been a while since I've seen that video, so I can't remember the specific examples. But like, I'm like watching, it's like, oh my god, this is just cringe. Like, dude. And the only other issue I had with him, like when the Ghostbusters 2016 movie came out, he released a video where he's like, I refuse to watch this movie.
Oh yeah.
It had nothing to do with them.
Make a video about that. Who gives a shit? Who asked him to watch it with them?
I know it's dumb, but he didn't go off on them being female. Although people try to claim that that he did, but he never mentioned that. His argument was, and this is where the bullshit comes in, is that he's tired of Hollywood just remaking things again and again when the original thing was just fine. So he's like, I'm refusing to see this because I'm tired of Hollywood doing this. But what undercut his argument is that the very next video he released was a review video on the sequel to the Ninja Turtles reboot. It's like, dude, pick a narrative.
Yeah, what do you want to bet? He saw
Pickling.
Tron, Dune, all that other shit.
Yeah, I mean, well, Dune's due for a remake because the original was garbage, but that's besides the point. But it's like,
I was going to add, it'd be interesting if he still keeps that stance when the new Ghostbusters remake comes out, or reboot, whatever you want.
No, I'm sure they'll like, well, it's a sequel, so it's not the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
No, shut your face. This is a sequel in name only. If you're expecting the original Ghostbusters to pop up in this movie for more than like 2 minutes, then I have a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Hey, Dan Aykroyd's has got to do something else besides sell vodka. Yeah.
Yeah, I will say that is pretty damn good vodka. I will say that. Overpriced, it's good.
It's pricey. I do want to get it just for the bottle.
The
That's
bottle's
basically
cool.
what you're paying for. They should sell cheaper refills, to be honest. Like soap, fancy soap where you could buy a cheap refill.
And Dan Aykroyd doesn't need to do anything. I mean, the residuals he probably gets from Ghostbusters, he doesn't have to work again.
True.
That and Blues Brothers just travel.
Oh yeah. He franchised that out to like different clubs and everything, right?
Boy, he did.
And Hollywood Palms.
Doesn't
he have
every
something to
time
do
I
with
go to
that?
the goddamn Hollywood Palms, before it starts, I gotta watch this stupid intro.
It's a little PSA.
Yes.
Oh,
Ghost
Dan.
for real.
That's the thing. On a side note to everything, Dan Aykroyd is a legit crazy person.
He's nuts.
Like, but that's
he's
probably also
the fun nuts though. He's a fun nut.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like tinfoil hat nuts, which is probably one of the reasons why the movies he's been involved with are like creative. But you've had someone like a Harold Ramis or Ivan Reitman to like water him down. Like, okay, like Dan,
let's bring you in here a little bit.
Yeah,
yeah, and we've seen what happens when he's not reading in, like Nothing But Trouble.
It's when you're going.
That's Dan Aykroyd unchained there.
That's when you give. Again, that's why I was going to give a crazy person a blank check.
And prosthetics.
Yes. The one thing I did want to ask, or did want to add, going back to like Angry Video Game Nerd, is I will say I used to really like, mainly because he stopped kind of doing this, but I do like in the Monster Madness in October.
Oh. Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah. And then they just kind of like, well, he was clearly tired, didn't want to keep making them, but I think people kept like egging him on or something like that. So he's like, well, I'll do a little something, but never to the level of like, those first couple of years they did it where it was like very, it was like, okay, I'm going to try to do a history of horror, or there was a theme to it all. After a while, I was like, screw it. Here's a review.
I bet part of the reason is that he probably like tapped out. Like, he talked about the things he was passionate about, and there's so many other channels who do similar things. He's like, what's the point?
Yeah. Like I said, those first couple years were like, I think, really good and really quality reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe not quality. I think I did rewatch a few of them like a while back. I'm like, oh, these are not as good, not as deep or as thoughtful as I remember them being. It's like, Godzilla's awesome in this. Like, well, okay, yeah. What else? Because there's a lot more channels that cover similar stuff, but go into more detail of like themes, and which I did forget to write those down on this list. So I do apologize to our listening audience.
Come on, cuz.
I know.
What the hell?
Bring the whole show down.
You're fired.
Oh, can I be rehired?
You can come back.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Well, I got one. I'm a big fan of Mr. Sunday Movies.
Yeah.
They're basically podcasters, but they have a YouTube channel essentially. Their editing is very you never see their faces, but they have an editor who puts in like images and graphics and everything. And they talk about movies, TV shows, a whole bunch of the whole gambit of stuff. And the thing I like about them is their videos are relatively short. And like by short, I mean like the longest one's probably like a half hour at most. But like it's clear they're having fun and they don't take themselves seriously at all. They're very goofy. They're from Australia, so that's kind of fun to listen to that. They're very goofy. They used to have a segment called Hate Mail, but hate with an 8, where they would they'd read 8 emails that they got that's hate mail, and they're usually pretty fun of like deconstructing the hate mail on that. So I like them. I highly recommend them. To me, they're the gold standard of podcasting, pop culture stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Do you guys ever watch Mr. Sunday Movies?
Never heard of it.
I think I subscribed after I don't know if you showed me or if I just came across it. They did like an animation for like what the Colin Trevorrow version of episode 9 would have been.
They did, yeah, they did. Yeah, so they got cool stuff. I like them, and they're a lot of fun, and they're legitimately funny. And like their editors that they have, who they don't edit their videos, they have someone to do that for them, and the editor puts in gags in his like visual cues that I'm sure the podcasters don't even know, and it's hilarious about what they do. And their main show on their YouTube channel is something called Caravan of Garbage, where each week they look at a movie it used to be bad movies, now that's just like whatever, and they typically do themes like recent, and usually it's tied into something that's coming out. Like they just did all 3 Ghostbuster movies, and they did like those Spider-Man right before that, and occasionally they do a video game segment. So it's they're a lot of fun. I highly recommend them. So if you're looking for more obscure stuff, they don't do it. They do more like
general,
pop culture, big stuff. So, but they're
so
fun.
no Neil Breen, right?
Unlikely, no.
Why are we even talking about it then? To be honest,
I know. Well, that's fair. I will email
everything
them.
I watch revolves around Neil Breen.
Yeah,
and his Breenius.
Breenius.
So,
I don't suppose you ever, after getting into JonTron, we also ended up getting into Peanut Butter Gamer, which used to be his roommate randomly, I think. That's how.
Yeah.
Watched him. I think he's hilarious. He does these Goodwill Games episodes, which are these kind of mishmash of like incredibly cheap, shitty games that he finds at the Goodwill. Or other ones he'll do where he'll just download like the weirdest, clearest, worst iPhone games you can find in the iPhone store or in the Apple store. Those are pretty good. Like I enjoy those a lot.
And his obsession with the children's show Arthur.
Oh my God, he loves Arthur. He's very young. Funny guy. That's one. I don't know. What else are we into?
I know. It's always so random with us. And it even got to the point that because I could not deal with the fucking ads on YouTube anymore, I bought a subscription. I bought YouTube Premium or whatever because I was watching it so much. I know. And then one video I was watching, there was an ad every 2 minutes, and I just couldn't deal with it anymore. I'm like, you know what? I watched this enough. I'm fine with paying a little extra each month.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, in fairness, I think that's probably what out of all the streaming stuff we have, I think that's what we watch the most.
Mm-hmm.
We also watch you'll watch videos for like Final Fantasy and stuff.
Yeah, I watch a lot.
I feel like I use YouTube a lot for when I need help in games I'm playing. I feel like that's the biggest thing I use YouTube for is like if I'm stuck on levels in games I'm playing, or if I need help learning how to do something, like when we got like a bidet or something, and I was like, how do I install this? I was like, YouTube.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy, and there's some really hard dungeons and some really hard trial bosses. So sometimes I'll go watch the playthrough, and they kind of tell you all the mechanics and stuff to watch out for.
I feel like I never read instruction. Well, I barely ever did read instructions that came with things. But if I ever want to know how to do something, I just watch a video on YouTube. That is the easiest way to learn how to do anything anymore. I feel like I love it. I like to use YouTube for that, or cooking recipes, like Charles was mentioning. I like doing that, like finding a marinade or some random thing. Or if I just buy some grill and I have no idea what the hell to make on it, go to the grills, like look for people who just bought the grill. Like they all know what to do with it. Oh, I love it. I kind of love YouTube for that.
I was gonna say there are those weird random holes of YouTube where it's like there's these whole sections or like subcultures that I'll be honest, there's the stuff that I'm interested in that, you know, of course, because the all hail the almighty algorithm that constantly gets filtered around. But then like today, for example, Megan was showing me something about like this. I think this girl in Sweden. It's basically like the show Hoarders, where she's like, I cleaned houses, and she gets like millions of views on just cleaning up these like shitty apartments. Again, Hoarders level style of like of needing to be clean, like trash and shit and dirty and like old food everywhere. And it's like I would have never known that is even a thing, or to even know to look that up. But it's like there's like these whole like and again, I'm kind of dragging my wife into this, but that's kind of also like the whole pimple popping or the nail care, that whole subculture.
I could get into the hoarding cleaning, but not pimple popping. I don't understand that.
Ooh, yeah.
Gross.
But the one thing I will add to that, and this kind of goes to another trend where sometimes we'll see with YouTubers, the big one in that sort of like subculture is Sandra Lee, Dr. Pimple Popper, and she was big on YouTube and Snapchat. But then she was like, okay, I'm jumping onto old media, and now she's got a show on TLC. But she still posts original content, which I think is good. Because like good that you didn't forgot about like what made you famous, but at the same time, it's like, did you really need to be on TLC? Like, I guess it's more legitimate, or you know, however you want to define it, but still.
But TLC is not the learning channel anymore, correct?
No, this is where this is the channel that spawns No Neck Ned. And
I'm pretty sure they had like Honey Boo Boo was on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's about learning anymore. I think they must just completely have abandoned that. I mean, I remember when Bravo had opera on, for Christ's sake. I mean,
yeah. No, well, I was also going to say it's also the channel that gave money to the Duggar family.
That aged poorly.
Look, a lot of TLC stars age poorly. I'm not talking about the ones that had plastic surgery.
They've aged surprisingly well.
Hashtag got him.
Yeah, hashtag mob wives.
Oh, God.
So to move on to YouTuber, Cuz, did you have another one, or do you want me to go?
There was one I did want to give a shout out to really fast, just because it's a little bit more. I think this is one that you guys probably, you guys may not know about, but your kids will love it. There's a channel on. Yeah, thank you. There is a channel that I like that's kind of like, again, going to the niche ideas. There's a channel called Tear Zoo, which is one part. You can call it like nature, like a nature kind of show, but it's framed in like an MMO, like RPG language, like where he like ranks like, here's all the different animals in the bear class, and in F tier we've got the panda, and like lists out like why it's terrible in the, you know, the game of course being Earth, and mentioning the devs, and like, yeah, after the KT balance patch, the dinosaurs were banned from all servers. So it's a unique channel just because it's like it's kind of sort of combining like a typical like you know, your typical like some sort of like nature show with like a lot of more gaming like terms and logic and stuff. Which it's a lot funnier to see it than the way I'm explaining it. So I
sounds hilarious.
I know it sucks when you're trying to defend something here that only you have watched clearly,
right.
and you're trying to explain why you've been watching it and why you're not an idiot. And it's you feel like such a jackass.
I swear it's good. I swear it's good, guys.
No, this game,
the last thing you told me
is
that was
really
great.
fun. Just hold on. There's only a few more instructions.
The last thing you guys told me was great was Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I watched the M. Night Shyamalan movie, and that was terrible. So I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Oh my! Oh, we failed you. I will say that.
Moonland, however.
No, so I don't know. If you get a chance, check out Tier Zoo because it's usually pretty. It's short
How do you
form.
spell that?
TIER Zoo. Again, it's rankings of like different animals and stuff in this own sort of like, again, just like you would in an MMO or something like that.
Aha, cool.
Yep.
What were some trends you guys really got into? Well, no, I'm sorry. Let's go on to Nick. Why don't you talk about your channels?
I'll mention these really quick. I'm a fan of Junkball Media. It's a Star Trek channel. The guy doesn't post very, very often, but when he does, he looks at like various aspects of like ships and things like that, but it's done very tongue-in-cheek. And he doesn't take himself seriously, and it's very, very funny. If you're a Star Trek fan with a sense of humor, you'd probably like it. But it's very, very goofy. Another quick one is I don't watch it often, but I like to watch woodworking videos sometimes, thinking like I could do that, and clearly I can't. But one of my favorites is someone by the name of Amy Wilkerson. I believe that's her name. I like it because she makes large projects seem attainable, and I also like it because she's doing all these things and she's a woman. And the reason I'm bringing that up is you see all these like macho guys doing this, and then seeing someone who's female doing this stuff is a phenomenal change of pace. And maybe it's just because I have two daughters that I want them to be, as they grow up, very self-sufficient and worldly and knowledgeable, that I see people like this that maybe I could show my girls someday, and they take an interest. I don't know. You got everyone's like, you gotta do gender roles, and it's like let them do what they want. And so I like seeing that as just a different sort of view. And she's nice. Like you get some guys who are like, I'm going to do this whole thing, and they won't explain anything, and like, look, it's done. Anyone can do it. No, like she's like very like it's easy to watch her because she's very thorough. She doesn't talk down to you like you're dumb, but she explains in a way that's easy to grasp. So I enjoy that. And again, it's fun to watch woodworking videos and projects and stuff like that. So
You're a regular Nick Offerman.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Charles is drinking an old style, by the way. He's being very obvious about it. He's very clearly putting the label in front of the camera.
Sponsors.
I was going to say, how much are you getting paid every time he gets on here?
I fear if I just do it enough, eventually they're gonna send me money.
Because old style has money, clearly.
Of course they do. Pennies are still money.
Touche. For the moment, they are somehow.
Yeah. Takes more to produce than it actually that's actually worth.
Yeah. What were some things back in the day that you would like? Some of the either like series or like videos that you used to like watch nonstop on YouTube. Like I remember Dog of Wisdom. Does anybody remember that from a couple years ago? It's totally stupid, and I won't get too into it. But it's just this one of dogs barking, and it's very poorly animated, and it looks really absurd. And they're like on clouds. This is one that I really got into about 6 years ago, and I watched like ad nauseum. And I mean like once, and then I would go back and watch it again, and then go back and watch it again, and then go back and watch it again. I feel like YouTube has so much of that kind of thing going on. What was the stuff with those unicorns that you showed me?
Yeah.
Charlie the Unicorn. Yeah.
Like things like that. I used to love that kind of stuff.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Really?
Apparently, I'm not hip with the kids.
Well, the dog one apparently is a one-off that me and, just probably other 42-year-old women like. But I mean, the Charlie one was pretty big, I recall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
You know, I was gonna say, to jump kind of springboarding off of that, there's two that come to mind for me, at least when I was in high school. The first one I can think of is Dragon Ball Z Abridged by Team 4-Star. You guys ever seen that? You guys ever seen that?
Mm.
Basically, it started off as like it's okay. So it started off more or less as a parody of like trying to of Dragon Ball Z, but again it took. So they started with like the first arc, which was about like 10 episodes, and they did about the first three big storylines in Dragon Ball, which is like the Saiyan, Frieza, and like the Cell saga. But it took them like almost 10 years, and in the course you could kind of see that they got better and better with editing. And I think by the end, when they finally wrapped that up, like there were some people in like at least from my own personal circle that were saying it's just as much a legitimate dub as any of the other stuff that came out in like the 90s. The only other one I can think of would be Llamas with Hats. Tough crowd.
It's amazing how much is on YouTube that like
Yeah.
something could have like 100 million views and I'll have no idea what it is. But there will still be like a huge genre of the world that was really into it. And it's like, oh wow. It's just so much YouTube.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So Charles, have you ever seen this really funny video, Bozo dubbed over? Have you?
This sounds amazing.
This was uploaded last night at 12.
That's hilarious.
It's hilarious. Oh fuck! I'm not even supposed to be here. By the way, Nick, there's a very good episode of I Think You Should Leave that has a very funny thing where a bunch of people are sitting around talking about YouTube videos to watch, and this one guy does not have one, so he clearly uploads one the night before, so it looks terrible. It's very funny. That's what I'm referring to.
Well, this was just posted a few hours ago.
That's one.
What is this? Oh, it's a viral video, I guess.
I hope I don't jack off. It's so stupid. It's really funny though.
Yeah, you need to see that.
You really need to watch this.
I do. It's on my list. It's on my list.
It's moved to the top.
Mm.
Move up.
Do you guys ever entertain yourself with YouTube drama?
YouTube drama. What do you mean?
Yeah, I do. Another channel I do watch, I think his name is Def Noodles. He usually talks about YouTubers and their drama. There's a lot of drama.
Like people who do it for a living?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they get mad at other YouTubers, and they have like this whole like, it's so stupid. It's absolutely dumb.
Is this like East Coast, West Coast rap? But
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
It's snobby rich people just being catty with each other.
And like some of the stuff is like, so okay, I'll try to keep this as brief as possible, but I make no promises. But some of the things I like to watch on YouTube are like toy reviews. Not that I buy a lot of it, but I'm interested in the toy industry, so it's fun seeing different ones and all that. There's one YouTuber called Retro Blasting, and he does stuff that is typically I don't watch him very often. Once in a while something pops up. He's a little weird, too weird of a guy for me, so I'm like whatever. But he does stuff like 80s and 90s toys he talks about, whatever. There is another YouTuber called Spectre Creative. And this guy, I haven't watched his stuff because I've seen other videos who do similar things, so I have no interest in him. But his story was he used to actually work for Mattel, the toy company. So he'd talk about like toy lines from the toy perspective. He no longer works there, so he's free to talk about this stuff. And so these two started to have a pissing contest. And it started with Retro Blasting, whose real name is Michael French. And he's become more boomer, I guess. He just complains about everything. Everything sucks, which I hate that mentality. But allegedly he has autism that causes this. But there's an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where Larry David was convinced that a kid didn't have autism, and the kid was just an asshole.
That's back, by the way. I hope you guys are watching it. It's amazing.
I am. We're 2 of the 3 episodes in of the new season, but
yeah, I think we might be an episode or 2 behind.
Oh, so good.
It's yeah.
But anyway, he's complaining, and he was complaining about how companies like Hasbro and Mattel are doing things, and he talks about this with such assurance, like, yes, I know what I'm talking about because I'm a fan of toys, so I know what's going on, and blah blah blah. And he just lists his opinions. And the Spectre Creative did a response video to like his criticisms. And in his video, he wasn't like demeaning, he wasn't mean. He was saying like, well, this is like flawed thinking because of X, Y, and Z, and blah 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 blah. And so this original guy, Michael, he started a video, and like the video is the guy who ruined He-Man. Like, all right, you got my click. I'm curious where this is going to go. And I got through 7 minutes of it, and it was just, and this is a 45-minute long video, and it was just absolute cringe about how like this other guy, the Spectre Creative, he was involved in a He-Man toy line that lasted like a decade, and he like going off about how this guy doesn't know anything he's talking about. He doesn't know this, doesn't know this. He says this, but this is a lie. And like it was just full of cringe. And so the Spectre guy said, "Listen, let's have a debate. Let's talk about this because this will be fun. You know, we are 2 different opposing views. Let's talk about it." And so the Retro Blasting guy said, "Fine, we'll do it." And one channel was offered to do it as a third-party neutral site, and then but Michael had a problem with him because he's like, "Well, they were going to say one thing, but then they didn't want me to do this, so I'm cutting all ties. I'm cutting all ties with that channel." And then another channel called Geek Dad Life, who I started watching semi-regularly because of this stuff, agreed to host, and they had this debate. And the debate was awful. Like Michael comes off as a petulant child, like so upset. And the other guy comes off as, even if he was wrong about things, he came off as professional, wanting to debate the issues. But it was just awful. And like the original guy came off so bad on this. And later on, he made a response. The original guy made a response. He was like, "Geek Dad Life set me up, and I'm cutting all ties to them, and I'm sending legal notices to the other guy. He cannot mention my name in any videos." And it's like, this guy is such a narc. Like, there are other people who've noticed this and started making response videos about how much of an idiot this guy is, and it's nonsense, and this is so stupid because you're talking about freaking toys. Who gives a shit?
I was going to say, like, this drama is based around just toys, and like,
yeah,
like,
and like the original guy who was saying like, "Well, I've been a follower and collector for years, so I know how the toy industry works." No, you don't. You don't work on the inside like this other guy did.
You don't know how the sausage is actually made.
Yeah. And like, it's so dumb, like his overreaction. And apparently he's like this. I guess he's like this with a bunch of things. Like, now that I've clicked on some videos, more like suggestions are coming up related to this. And it's just it's hilariously stupid.
And now you're gonna fall into the YouTube wormhole.
Exactly. And that's what happened. And it's like I'm sure he's gonna like find this thing. He's gonna like, it's like, you're not allowed to talk about me anymore. Like, come at me, guy. But it's like, it's so like sad. And like the guy who was like used to work for Mattel, he was actually being even though he might have been wrong about everything. I don't know, but
Michael, if you're listening, I didn't say anything bad about you. I just want to put that out there right now. I didn't say anything.
I want to get caught up in YouTube drama.
Bring you down from the inside.
But like it's so sad and pathetic. Like he had another video where he was doing a Ghostbuster theme and he has a proton pack and one of the lights wasn't shining and someone chatted at him like, "Oh, how come your light's not shining?" He's like, "It's lit up. It's lit up. Why don't you think it's not lit up?" And the rest of the video he kept like looking back at it. And it's like, listen, just say like, "Oh, it looks like something's wrong. I got to fix it later." And that's it.
Yeah.
he oh god, I don't know if he's narcissistic, but man, oh man. YouTube drama is the absolute. It's hilarious. It's like a car wreck. You don't want to watch, but you can't pull yourself away from it because it's so pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Mainly because this is through Megan. She was really into the YouTube drama between H3 Productions and Trisha Paytas.
Yeah, that's a whole thing. Ooh.
Yeah, that's like, I'm like, who cares? Like, they're like, I want to bury the hatchet, but yet you're going to make another 20-minute video. It's very much, again, kind of going back to the James Rolfe, like, I'm not going to review Toy 60 Ghostbusters. Then just don't. Post them on Twitter. The amount of time you spend, going over why you're not doing something or why you want to bury a hatchet, just don't do it. Don't make a video. If you stop talking about it, people won't give a shit.
I wonder if James Rolfe did that video because he figured people were going to ask him about reviewing that. But I don't know.
I assume so, but at the end of the day, you can just say, post it on Twitter. I'm not going to do a review of this. I didn't find it very interesting. There wasn't anything for me to add to it. But instead, it's just like, mainly because like it's people just not being honest about why they're making these videos. Like, I respond to so and so's comments. I'm like, you're just putting fuel into the fire, which are more clicks, which are more dollars in your pocket. Like, that's all it is at the end of the day. Just be honest about what it is.
Got to get that clicks. Smash that like button.
Ring the bell.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're going to run a YouTube channel, you could be a total sociopath. It's very possible you just cannot work with other people at all. I mean, you're kind of your own boss in a way. So yeah, I guess it's possible that these people are confronted with like other people or criticism and just completely lose their shit because they don't have it in real life or anything like that. They don't have real jobs or anything. Maybe, I don't know.
Or the parents pay for everything, so it's like, well, I'm not really in any financial struggle here.
Yeah.
It could also be that the YouTube bubble is the majority of times you're going to get like positive feedback because people watch you because they like you. But like the few times you get negative feedback, especially from other channels, they might lose their shit. It reminds me of that what's her name? Lily Singh, who she was a YouTuber who had a really like her audience was like preteens or something like that, but then they gave her a late night talk show at like 1:30 and her talk show was awful, got terrible reviews, and like she lashed out at that. It's like,
well, and I was say that goes back to what I was saying before of like some of these YouTubers are trying to go into like more mainstream. Like, I know there's been but I guess that's people on the internet in general, but definitely YouTubers. I think there's been a couple have been on like I think correct me if I'm wrong, Red and Link were like another sort of part of the old guard. I know they were like on Jimmy Fallon or something like that, weren't they? Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like that sounds right, but I can't.
I don't know what that is.
Who? I'm sorry?
Rhett and Link, Good Mythical Morning. See, this I'm talking about. Different, a vast multiverse of YouTube. I know the big one. Hot Ones.
Oh yeah.
That's another one where it's like very much like, okay, this is online, but now it's just like I think they tried doing a game show on like I feel like what it used to be Court TV or True TV. So I feel like that was a thing, but
oh, is that the one where they eat wings?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the celebrities and they eat the spicy wings, and they're like, I don't know, man. My agent told me to be on this thing. And then
Thank you for bringing that up. Now I want hot wings.
I will say this: I usually will sometimes watch it while I'm at lunch, which is good because otherwise I'm like, man, I'm getting hungry. Especially when they're describing the sauces.
Yeah, anytime we watch like shows like Top Chef or what's that other one? Chopped. We have to watch it when we're eating because if we watch it when we're not eating, we're gonna want to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Chopped always makes me think I can cook, and then I try it and I'm like, nope, just kidding. I still can't cook. Despite the fact that I watched an able-bodied person able to cook, I somehow wasn't able to. I did not learn how they cooked just from watching them. I'm shocked.
That's crazy.
I know. Can you believe it? How does that not work? What?
So what else here? Do we have any others that we haven't?
God, there's so much going on. Do you guys watch any YouTube shows? Like I didn't watch the Karate Kid one.
That's on my list. Well, I will say they brought that to Netflix, and it's on my kind of like Nick with I Think You Should Leave. It's on my list of things I should watch. I want to get around to, but just haven't.
It's not on YouTube anymore?
No, I think
it's on Netflix.
Yeah, but it started on YouTube, I think.
Yeah.
Jesus, this is a little like television.
I saw the first season. It was really good.
Oh,
sorry.
No, you good.
No, I was just gonna say I watched the first season, really liked it, and then I forget. Of course, I always get distracted, and then I stop watching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen clips. It's like, damn, I really should probably get into this, but it's on my to-do list. We'll leave it at that.
Like,
but I don't.
So many shows out there.
Yeah.
This is the golden age of television. There's too much to watch. And I haven't been to a movie in years and have no plans to go back to one, and I should at some point. But there's too much good TV.
Look, the last movie I saw in theaters was Black Widow, and I think I kind of summarized why the film industry is dying.
It's ridiculous. There's nothing that I have any interest in seeing. Something will look remotely interesting, and then it'll get absolutely panned, and I'm like, no, never mind, not worth it. Like, I just never go to movies anymore.
I want to see the new Wes Anderson movie, but that's really the only thing.
Yeah, we're not in a rush for that one. It's been out like 5 miles from our house for like weeks now, and
I want to stream it.
I
want to stream it. Everything I just want to stream.
Like, am I supposed to not look at my phone for 2 hours? That's what I want to know. I think that's a lot to ask of me, quite honestly.
Like, part of me wants to go see the new James Bond movie, but I'm like, I just learned it's going to be released on DVD in like literally a month. I could wait another month.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could go. I think you can just rent it online right now.
I'm not renting it for $20. I'm going to go to Redbox and get it for like $1.50.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I didn't know people still did Redbox. Our Jewel has a Redbox, and I'm always surprised when I see people walk past it.
Oh, don't get me started on Redbox.
I'm like, Redbox?
Somebody hacked into my account.
Oh, yeah.
Redbox.
That's a
like $2. I don't care. It was still a sore spot. Still a sore spot.
It was like $2 they took. I always forget about Redbox. Wait, if you go to Redbox, don't you get like a DVD?
They have Blu-rays too.
I mean, still, like a disc?
Yeah.
Like a physical disc?
Yeah.
Yep.
Good heavens, where do those even go anymore?
You
forgot about those things.
Sound a lot like a Gen Zer over here.
I know. I'm like,
ooh, what's this disc? Ooh.
Not even disc. Good heavens.
That's how I saw Tenet was through Redbox. I'm like, I ain't seeing this. One, I can't find any place that's showing it. Two, I'm like, once I actually watch it, I'm like, holy shit, this is it's a movie, but that's a show for a different day.
So if someone scratches said disc, is the disc ruined? So old-fashioned. That's so crazy. I can't even wrap my mind around this. I've been digital for I can't think of the last time we've actually had a physical DVD in our hands, except for Neil Breen films, because those will not go digital ever.
Some of them are.
What?
Some of them are digital now.
Okay, they're digital and you're not.
Technically, it's. I found a rip of it on Vimeo. That's how I watched Double Down.
Lucky you, because those videos are the best.
Yeah. Tom Wiseau's got his own YouTube channel, right?
What'd you say?
Tom Wiseau has his own YouTube channel.
Ugh, I don't want to see it. I remember, did his show, was that supposed to be on YouTube? That Neighbors thing or whatever? Did that ever take off?
No, it was on Hulu, I think.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like that. Sounds about right.
What season is it on now? I'm just kidding. I know it didn't. I know it's terrible. It probably never went anywhere. We actually watched a preview of it when we went to go see a live The Room viewing.
Yeah.
He showed us a preview of Neighbors. We were like, what is this shit?
He also, I think when this was about 2 years ago, he had a preview for Big Shark, his follow-up with Greg Sestero.
Oh, I've never heard of that. I remember Best Fiends. I thought that was supposed to be his movie with Greg Sestero.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one. We'll say one of Best Fiends. Actually, not too bad. I actually legit. It's okay. It's actually okay. I think. I know I'm getting off topic here, but I think it's like. I can't remember. Did Greg Sestero actually direct that one or write it? I can't recall.
I don't know.
But they knew how to use time.
The fact that he appeared in it makes me think it's probably terrible.
Actually, I don't know. I thought it was okay. I thought it was pretty good for what it was, what I was getting myself into. But
I'm intrigued.
Trying to think. I will say there is something I do want to mention. Again, this is going to be the old man yelling at the cloud moment. The one thing I don't appreciate that YouTube's turned into, or one of the things that, at least on the mobile app, which I'm on a lot, is so I had to cut myself off of TikTok because I was getting sucked into like just constantly scrolling through videos and just constantly like I would spend hours on TikTok. I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. This is just a waste of my time.
That's your thing lately.
I do love it. I am enjoying my TikTok. It's weird how it pigeonholes you. It's creepy.
I know, because
think what you want to see, and you're like, why did they think I want this? And you're thinking really weird genre of film, and you're like, what? I don't like Care Bears, or something. It's like, here's a million Care Bears videos.
Well, you like one thing, and then it's like the algorithm knows what to start looking for, and just keep you sucked in. And I was like, you know what? I'm done with TikTok. I don't need this. But then a few months ago, YouTube started introducing YouTube Shorts, which is basically fucking TikTok.
Legit, like Facebook Reels and Instagram has something like it too. Yeah.
Yep, it's the exact same thing. I'm like, God damn it! I specifically deleted TikTok because I was like, I'm not wasting my time with this. And now I find myself doing the exact same thing on YouTube. Well, I'm like,
that's how they get you.
YouTube. I know, it's addicting and it works. It's like I'll like I think the other day when I was like I was at home not feeling well, so I was just like on my phone just messing around. I think one of those was like a video on Halo or something like that, which I watched fully, and then the next like 20 little things were all somewhat related to Halo or something like that. I'm like, that algorithm, it's working. I mean, I'll give it that, but I'm like, and I get it. That's how entertainment works. It's just like, okay, somebody's got a good idea. We just got to steal it, but just enough. You got to differentiate just enough that way we can't be sued. Kind of like PUBG to Fortnite to every other battle royale game that's come out in the last 3 years. Where it's like, look, someone's got one original idea and we just got to copy it just enough, or not even. It's not even like hiding it. Like it literally says like this is a rip from TikTok. Like in the corner. So, but that's my one soapbox moment I did want to get in this episode.
No, you're right. I have noticed the TikTok-esque programming kind of sneaking into every single social media thing that I turn on. Just Reels or something, or some weird take on it that's basically TikTok. It'll be like, you like puppies and French bulldogs, don't you? You want to see this video? You want to hear it? I'm like, yes, I do. Yes.
Well, you can't go wrong with pugs.
Oh, exactly. And it was a good video. So I watched it over and over and over and over again.
Alrighty, so we've gone from YouTube to Tommy Wiseau to TikTok. What else we got on the agenda? Are we good?
I mean, I
Sauce
got a
was
whole
up for my favorite one.
list of channel recommendations.
Okay, really quickly, rattle them off right now.
Okay. Speed round.
Yeah, speed round. 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay, Binge with Babish, BuzzFeed Unsolved, Bedtime Story, Small Town Monsters, Roanoke Gaming, LA Beast, which that's a good one. Internet Historian, Legal Eagle, Cracker Milk.
Oh, I like Legal Eagle.
Yeah.
Internet Historian, I really like, especially his video on Fallout.
Yeah. Yes.
That's really good.
I will say, a side note, I've been watching a lot of the second channel because I'll be honest, whenever he's got like him and one of his buddies just bullshitting, I'm like, it's like some of the funniest shit. I've actually cried laughing. Yesterworld Entertainment, Defunct Land, which is basically 2 channels that cover like abandoned amusement park attractions. High Top Films, Captain Midnight, Jeremy Johns.
Oh, stop.
Yep.
Rewind. You actually waste time with Captain Midnight? That guy is fucking trash. He's the QAnon of entertainment people.
I like it. Well, wait, okay, so maybe I'm done. I'm the young one in the group. What am I missing here?
So I'll admit I haven't watched a lot of his videos just because I don't want to give him the clicks. But he literally makes bullshit up to appeal to the incel crowd. Like, hey,
Really?
Yeah, he's the type of person. If I'm remembering the right person here,
It's a movie review stuff. I was like,
what doesn't he hate like everything? Like he hates anything that's quote unquote woke.
no, I think you're thinking of Critical Drinker.
No, he's another one. Captain Midnight. Captain Midnight's the type of person that has been claiming for years that the person who's currently in charge of Star Trek has been secretly fired and has been fired for years, but they don't want to let anyone know because it might look bad. No, none of that's true. I don't like Captain Midnight. He's a bullshitter.
I mean, you've kind of seen where Star Trek's been the last couple years. Like,
it's been fine. People who actually know Star Trek,
I guess. I mean, I'll be honest. I've not really watched it, or have no real interest in it. But everything I've heard from, again, filtered through Red Letter Media,
which again they have awful takes on certain things.
I think the last one I had was Patrick H. Willems. That's another good sort of film essay channel that I like.
Oh, you know what? There is one other YouTube thing we watched that I can't imagine you guys get into. It's by World of Wonder. It's Trixie Mattel and Katya who do it's called you ever watched the 2 drag queens? Their show, it's hilarious. Okay, I had pretty sure I'd be on my own there, so I just threw it out. Thought I'd throw it at the wall, see if it stuck.
I don't know if I said Binging with Babish. Okay, then. That tells me everything I need to know.
I like How It Should Have Ended and Honest Trailers.
Yeah, those are good.
Oh, trailers.
I forgot about those. How did I forget about that one? Damn. Although that channel's kind of gone up through its ups and downs over the years, too.
Yeah, it has. It always does. But I think for the most part, it's consistent.
Yeah. But I did want to bring one of the names I did rattle off. I did want to bring special attention to, mainly because this is YouTube in its purest form. There's no sponsorships because I don't think this guy can get any. Is LA Beast. I can't remember what the channel's name is actually called, but it's this it's this fucking meathead loser. And he is a loser. Like because he like you can see in the videos like he lived in an apartment at one point, but then he had to move back to his parents' basement. And he does like these dumb fucking challenges. Like Oh God, there's one video where he's like, "Hello, LA Beast here. I am going to do a strongman challenge where I'm going to jump through my door, rip several phone books in half, and then crush a pan." I think the first video that actually got him famous, and this is his only. Well, I should say his only, because he has several Guinness World Records that he's done for like really dumb shit, like walk the most miles on Legos barefoot, or eat the most of Oreos in like 60 seconds, or stupid shit like that. His big claim to fame, and the one thing that I think he'll go down in the history books for, he made a video about 10 years ago where he bought an expired Crystal Pepsi, like off of eBay.
Mm-hmm. Oh no!
Does anyone here know what I'm talking about?
No, but I think Cinema Snob does stuff like this every now and again.
Okay, he drank the Crystal Pepsi. He's like, what?
Like eat and drink old things.
Yeah. He's like, dude, that was awesome. Then it's like cuts to, then he's like 3 minutes later, fucking just vomits all over the table.
Oh.
Just like fucking, just a fucking stream of like, of a 20-year-old plus 20-year-old Crystal Pepsi. But then he was actually, then a few years ago, he was part of a campaign to bring Crystal Pepsi back, and it did come back for like a summer or so. So you can thank the LA Beast for that.
Cuz, yeah, I have an apology to make.
Okay.
You said Captain Midnight, right?
Yes, Captain Midnight.
I was confusing him with someone else whose name is Midnight's Edge. Midnight's Edge is the asshole.
Yeah, no,
so,
but
I apologize. Apologies all around. Captain Midnight, if you're listening, which I know you are, you could delete that nasty email you're going to send to me. Send it to Michael French, care of Retro Blasting. And I mistook you for another Midnight YouTuber.
I will say this, because I'm actually subscribed to both, mainly because with Midnight's Edge, I don't listen to any of their commentary, but there were a few videos where they're like covering behind the scenes drama of certain movies.
And
which
that's
I did
the stuff he usually makes up.
Really? Okay.
Apparently there's been a lot of, and I don't know all the inside stuff, but apparently he mixes fact with fiction for clicks. And there was, and I think they did to Midnight's Edge. It might have been another one. There's so many of them out there, but there's a YouTuber out there who he did a systematic, like, created an account, posted fake rumors, and this other YouTuber said, "Oh yeah, my source and Paramount said this is all true," before it was revealed that no, we set you up to show that he was full of baloney. But so.
Okay, but well, that's a little disappointing. I was gonna say Captain Midnight's videos usually are short, 10 minutes, and they're pretty inoffensive. Like
I apologize. There's so much YouTube out there. There's so much YouTube.
There's too much tube. There's YouTube, RedTube, XXN, all great. But if I was a guy with a big old burly beard,
emoji.
Nick, you really need to watch it. I think you should leave.
I want to. I will
just
watch
look up the
maybe an
clips on
episode
YouTube.
tonight.
Just look up the clips on YouTube.
There are,
yeah. Every skit is like 2 minutes long. Like it's TikTok on television.
Well, I feel like I've seen much of it, given what Mike you've been posting on Facebook with it a few months ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Any of these fucking fuckers. Sorry, I Charles knows.
I know. Maybe we just get this random comment. Random. Oh man, that's okay. Fuck, that's a good.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna watch that tonight.
We definitely have to do a podcast.
But that's
I think you should leave.
But that's how I was gonna say. That actually is how I got into that show. Is like I think someone posted the segment of Coffin Flop, and I fucking died. And I fucking died laughing. And I was like, that's kind of set me into that vortex. Like, what is this show? So that's the other thing. YouTube's a good gateway for like different
Drugs.
shows. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it really is. Yeah, there's anytime you want to get somebody into a show, you just look up a clip on YouTube, and that's a great way to kind of introduce them to it.
I will. Now that it came to my mind, I do want to put on blast these fucking channels that exist. There's like 30 of them. There's like 30 of them where it's like movies recapped. It's got like an auto-tuned voice, like a speech to text or text to speech, where they just like recap an entire movie, like all the plot points from start to finish, like scene by scene. I fucking hate those, just because they're uninspired and unoriginal.
Huh.
So that's my other soapbox I'm going to stand on tonight.
All right. Well, speaking about tonight, we've been going on here for about an hour and a half. So more than an hour and a half. Awesome. So I think it's time we
have fun editing this.
We went all over the place.
Yeah. We'll see what we do. I've been taking notes on the editing, but I think we'll put a pin in it because I think we've exhausted our topic and other topics as well. So thank you for joining.
Otherwise, it's just gonna get to me talking about very obscure Final Fantasy YouTubers, and I think
we'll do a follow-up one. You can talk all about the Final Fantasy YouTubers.
Yeah, I was gonna say any one of those channels I rattled off near the end. Like, if you want me to try to badly explain what they're about, just call me up.
So, all right, Cuz, Mike, Corinne, thank you all for partaking in this very special episode.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And this has been the All New Culture Cast, and join us next week as we talk about Twilight. Have a good night, everyone.
Woohoo.
Good night. Woo.
Bye.
Good night.
You've been listening to the All New Culture Cast. Check us out on social media. Drop us an email at nick.culturecast@gmail.com. We can't promise we'll read it. Theme music by Dana Vodovaz. Check out his work on YouTube with Vodovaz Music Productions. This has been the All New Culture Cast, a saltwater production. Original material copyright 2021. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Oh, anyhow, the whole reason I brought up Pokemon is the Chad and the Simp are like the evolved forms of the neckbeard. Similar to how you start off with your Eevee, your base model, and then you can go into different variants of the same Pokemon. So that was a roundabout way of getting to that one comparison. My speciality is the Shaggy Dog story.
This is the top quality content that our listeners crave.